J-Drone here. What's going on, guys? So yesterday I went over the entire Bugs lineup. Today I'm just going to go over these two new ones. The Bugs 5 and the Bugs 3 Pro. Thinking about getting a Bugs, you want one of the newer ones. You have a Bugs 3, you have a Bugs 2. You want one of the newer ones just because you want one of the newer ones. This is an add-on. This AIO and the battery does not come stock with this, but the camera underneath this and the holder for it does come stock with it. This right here is completely stock. There are no modifications to it. The camera underneath here does come stock with it. They both utilize just about the same controller. This one has a roller that actually functions, and you can move the camera up and down, versus this one where it is a stabilized image. So which one do you get? Well, let's talk about cool factor. For me, if we're talking about cool factor, if we're talking about looks, this guy wins. This guy wins hands down just because of the look of it. There's really nothing out on the market that looks like this drone. Kind of looks like, I don't know, like a really aggressive tadpole. Like that's what I see the body of it in tadpole. But then you have arms, and then you have these hook legs, and then the camera underneath it. Really cool looking quad. I like it. Not to say that I don't like the design on this one, but as far as cool factor goes, I'm going with this one because it's something we have not seen. As far as versatility, both these you can throw this all-in-one camera on top of it. I'll put a link for this all-in-one down below, just as well as both of these drones with some codes that you can get these a little bit cheaper. But you can throw all-in-one and battery on top of both of these. This one, it's easier to do because we have a flat surface to work with. This one, it's rounded. It's not so round that we won't be able to do it, but if we throw one in, the AIO is going to have to go there, and then the battery is going to have to be offset somewhere, because this right here, if you can see, is really pointed. There's really no flat surface, but that front will be fine to do that with. But as far as versatility goes, I'm going to give it to this guy. This guy has more versatility than this, just because of the simple fact of this mount underneath. That mount underneath can hold, and as you can see, as I wiggle it, it jiggles just a little bit. It can hold the stock camera, which is a 1080p 5G Wi-Fi FPV camera, which is good for about 150-200 meters tops. But you can throw a scam cam in there. You can throw a GoPro in there. Once you do that, though, the wiggle that we're getting, the little jiggle left to right, as you can see as I'm moving it, it'll increase because those cameras are a lot heavier than this. So I haven't done it yet, but we might want to butt this up. Like, I'll go ahead and pinch kind of like that. You see the dampering balls? You might want to just zip tie it up or strap it up. That way it can't wiggle left to right like we can see here. It can wiggle left to right. If we're up high enough, it won't be able to wiggle left to right, and you'll get a more stabilized image. So that's why I give this more versatility, because this one, unless you're going to strap a GoPro to the head here like you would do with a racing quad, or you're going to take, I don't know, I mean, you might be able to put a Q6. You can definitely put a Q6 on either one of these too, but the GoPro scam cam thing is why I give this more versatility, because a lot of people don't have the small Q6s. A lot of people don't have the small run cams, and they have a GoPro. So you're going to want to throw that on there, and you won't be able to do it on here easily. You might be able to do it, but not easily. Now, as far as stock camera, which one wins? I'm going to say this guy. As you can see, we keep bouncing back and forth. I'm going to say this guy, not to say that camera's bad or anything, but because of the output of this camera, which is probably identical to that one. They're both 1080p. But the fact that you can scroll this down, you can look almost full 90 degrees downwards, so it gives you more options than just that stock camera. This camera, we can adjust down and upwards to get the shot we want, to get the picture we want. So as far as camera goes, that wins. To let you guys know, they are both proprietary batteries. They're not like the original Bugs 3 battery or the Bugs 6's battery. You have pins. Yeah, you have pin connectors, and they both utilize a different charger. This one will slip up and connect through the front, and this one actually punches inwards, which I have them here. Let's see. This one is for this one here, where again it's going to slide on like that and connect, and the other one is over here. That one, as you can see right there, is going to push right into that. So keep that in mind. I don't know the availability of these batteries yet. I'm sure in time they will be available. I'm sure they're going to cost a little bit, and maybe somebody will clone them, but I think that's why they did this, to keep manufacturers from cloning their batteries and coming out with cheaper. That way MJX can get the sale if you want extra batteries. Flight time, I'm pretty sure they're pretty close to about the same flight time. I have reviews on both these. You definitely want to go ahead and check them out. Blades, as you can see, the blades on the larger drone are larger, and the blades on this one are not as large. They're both pretty quiet. They're both pretty quiet flyers, especially I was surprised how quiet this one was when I first flew it. What else do we got? Range. Altitude range, they're both limited on both of these. They're both limited at, I believe, 147 meters. 147 meters, these are going to stop. Range outwards, they're just about the same. They're just about the same. I forget the range outwards, but it is limited compared to the Bugs 2, and that is what class these are in. These are in the Bugs 2 class for me because they're both GPS drones. Now, through the app, both these have features. Both these have features that you can do in the app that you could not do with the Bugs 2. That's why a lot of people have interest from their newer drones. They have newer things they can do. As far as beginner to advanced, I'm gonna say these are both good for a beginner. An intermediate person is going to have a lot of fun with these. An advanced drone flyer, you might get bored with these pretty quickly, unless you are just using them for the camera effect, because again, they're limited in altitude and they're limited in range out. They kind of been geo-fenced through the software that is in each one of them. So I think that's about it, guys. I'm going to try to think as we are jabberjawing here. We'll do a little pan around of both these. If there's anything else that I need to touch on. And I don't think there is. So I think we're going to wrap this up, give you a really good look of both these drones. Again, you have a really squared off, got lots of 90-degree angles on this, lots of hard angles, hard edges, as opposed to this one, where we do have some hard edges here, as you can see. And as you can see, there's dust on it. This guy wants to fly. It's getting dusty. We have hard angles around the eyes, but for the most part, we have a rounded off look. And again, the arms are pretty hard off. So it's kind of edgy to round, and this is super edgy. I don't think this has one round edge on it besides around the motor housings. But alright, guys, if you haven't subscribed, smash that subscribe button, and if you have any questions, comments, concern down below. Bugs 3 Pro versus Bugs 5. I don't know who wins. For me, I don't know. I haven't thrown an all-in-one camera on that guy yet, so I don't know. I like both of them. And stay tuned. Stay tuned with the channel. We'll do more with these two. Later.